Hello, beautiful kindred souls, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. We are doing one of our deeper in-depth yes or no readings today, where we are covering the 6 astral houses. So love, marriage or partnership, happiness, career, wealth, and success. So we're going to be doing yes or no answers to all 6 of these categories by zodiac sign. And then I'll also be pulling a tarot card for each of the zodiac signs to kind of just get the energy, the perspective, the vibe, the energy for that sign throughout the duration of their reading. So there are many different ways that you can select your group today, but before I get into that, I would like to invite you to join the Kindred family by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Click like on this video if you like these types of readings. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if something resonated. Let me know what groups you selected, and also let me know if you like this style of yes or no. So I've been trying out many different styles of yes or no's. I'm kind of gravitating more towards the style. I think it's more in depth, gives you more options, and I am all about options. So yeah, just let me know at the comment down below. If you are interested in your own personal reading, whether that be a yes or no or some other type of reading, you can connect with me on Etsy. I also post all sorts of different other kinds of content, curated, created to help you on your spiritual life journey and your path. So, groups. Again, I will be doing a yes or no for each of the categories for each of the astrological signs. So you can select based off of your primary placements in your birth chart, sun, moon, rising. If you're asking a love question, maybe you want to add Venus and Mars, or you're pay more attention to like moon, Venus, and Mars, or something of that nature. So you can mix it up and blend it up as much as you need or want to. The idea, for example, if you select, say, your sun sign is in Aries and you're vibing with Aries, you go to your Aries reading, and then you would select the topic. So if you're asking a question that's connected to some sort of collaboration or partnership at your job, maybe you're paying attention to marriage and career, because marriage also covers like partnerships. It's not just like marriage, but it should be called partnerships, but they titled it marriage, whatever. So maybe you're looking at this. Maybe you're looking at both of these cards and seeing what the answers are and any overlapping messages, etc. What I will also be doing for each of the astrological signs is, like, once all of the yes or no's are placed, I will be able to tell what your focus should be. So, for example, say there's a yes in love, yes in marriage, and a yes in success, but the happiness, wealth, and career sectors have no's in them. To me, that would say that your focus would then be on love, partnership, and success, for the next week or whatnot. So it kind of is, it's almost like a blend of kind of a week focus and then answers to your yes or no. So there's a lot of information in here. Let it digest, let it soak in, pause the video if you need a moment to meditate. And feel free to come back as well if you're feeling called to do that. Come back to this video and select another, maybe your moon sign or something like that, and different things like that. So it's meant to be versatile. It's meant to give you options. And so without further ado, we're going to get into the group. So pause the video if you need a moment to meditate. The timestamps will be down below in the description. Hello, Aries, and welcome to your yes or no reading. Let's go ahead and get a tarot. This is going to tell me what your energy is. Aries, Hangman. Okay, so there's a suggestion that we're maybe in a point of pause, a point of place of patience right now. So while I was shuffling that out, I hope you were determining which group has your answer in it. go ahead and grab our yes or no deck here. And we're not clarifying, we're just, you know, whatever messages come to me, either off of the cards or from Spirit, I will be sharing them, but I'm not intentionally clarifying anything additional. All right, so the answer to your love question is a no. It says another time. The answer to your marriage question is a no, not now, or I should say partnership. The answer to your happiness question is a yes. This is fine. The answer to your career question is a no. Only say yes to select opportunities. Wealth, the answer is yes, totally. And success is a yes as well, indubitably. All right, so right now what I'm seeing for you, anything related to love, partnership, or career seems to be on hold or on pause. I'm even feeling like maybe we're waiting for something else to happen. It's almost like we're in a point or place of transition and we're just kind of holding on the energy, you know, putting an energy, especially into love, partnership, and career right now. So while we're in this moment of pause, I do see a focus on happiness, wealth, and success. And I feel like, I'm almost feeling like it's planning energy. Like we're planning for our future, for our wealth. We're you know, spending time doing the things that make us happy and bring us joy. You know, we're planning for the things that are going to bring us success. So for example, if you're, say you've been just working a job, right, to pay the bills, I feel like now is the time to plan for your future. What is it that you truly want to do? What are you meant to do in this life? And what are the steps that you need to take in order to get there? So I feel like right now we're in a place of, feels like a place of planning, a place of holding on energy. Like we're not putting a lot of energy into things and anything right now unless it's like the planning phases or the dreaming phases, right? We're dreaming about what that life of happiness looks like and then coming up with a game plan on how to get there. So that is what I'm seeing and feeling for you, Aries. I hope this reading was helpful for you. If something did resonate, drop a comment down below. Let me know. Click like, subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here. And I will see you, my beautiful souls, in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your yes or no reading. So while I shuffle out your kind of guiding energy or the position or perspective we're going to be coming at the reading for you, you can determine which group, which of the 6 areas or 6 answers are going to be most connected to your yes or no question. Okay, energy for Taurus. Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords. So there is a suggestion on resting, taking a break, specifically in your mind space. So if you've found that you've maybe been overthinking some things or just spending a lot of time in your head, there's a message around letting your mind rest. And I feel like that could be saying that some of the decisions that you're being faced with, or the decision that you're being faced with, would do better if you used your other areas of decision making, so intuition, emotions, etc., rather than your mind, especially if you're mentally feeling strained. All right, so we're just going to go through the 6 areas with the yes or no card. No clarifications today. We're just kind of getting those yes or no answers out there. If there are any messages that I have some spirit, I will share, and then I'll do kind of the overall ending focal point for you for the week. Okay, so the answer to your yes or no love question is a no, perhaps when things clear up. The answer to your marriage question or partnership question is a yes, indubitably. If it's clear, certain, and unquestionable, then go for it. Especially in partnership, making sure that you have all of the answers that you need and you're clear about what the partnership or agreement or understanding or collaborative effort is and what your part is and what their part is, etc. So the answer to your happiness question is a no, can't fit another thing in. The answer to your career question. So, okay, let's just pause for a second. Are you too busy to do things that make you happy? Are you filling your life with everything except for things that you enjoy? I'm disturbed a little bit by that, but we're going to continue. We're going to move on. The answer to your career question is a no, not now. Timing is everything. The answer to your wealth question is a yes, permission granted. Why do you need someone's permission? The answer to your success question is a no, unable to dedicate the time needed. Okay. I'm disturbed by the no's to happiness and success, honestly. So, a little bit. So there's a couple messages with success, but if you're too busy to do things that you like, let's reevaluate this, okay? This to me is saying that your success lies in your ability to manage your time, your ability to dedicate your time to the things that you're passionate about, that are in alignment with your path and purpose. Cutting out things that are extraneous, that are extra, paying attention to procrastination and other like time wasting activities or things, etc. It's kind of what I'm getting, and being able to focus and dedicate your time to the things that you not only need to but want to, and that are going to bring you success, is what you should focus on for this one. I'm also getting the message, the disturbing message with this placement was that you don't have time to plan for success. Like you don't have time to dedicate to things that are going to make you successful. And I'm disturbed by that. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that for you, Taurus. Okay, so as far as your focus for the week, it looks like partnerships and wealth. I'm getting the message that partnerships, whether they be romantic, business, collaborations, etc., are going to help with your wealth building and your legacy building. So that seems to be the focus for you this week. That's what I'm kind of vibing right now. Yeah, we're putting kind of other things on hold right now and focusing on our partnerships. And again, that could be our friendships. That could be, the networks that we're a part of, right? It's basically our energy blending with any other energy, as is this card to me. That's how I look at that card, okay? Yeah, so resting your mind, Taurus, making these decisions from a place of intuitive and emotional strength and power, making time and making sure that you're putting time into things that bring you joy, success planning, and your partnerships, whether they be friendships, familiar relationships, romantic partnerships, business partnerships, collaborations, etc. All right, my beautiful soul, these are the messages I've channeled for you. I hope this is helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below, like, subscribe, and I shall see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your yes or no reading. Well, I shuffle out your kind of perspective card, or your perspective energy. Please do select one of the 6 areas that you believe your question most aligns with. All right, so we had the Queen of Cups pop out for you today. So you are an air sign, and we have a mature, divine feminine, inwardly expressive, emotive energy as your guiding. So I'm feeling like you're approaching any question, any situation from a perspective or point of view of emotional maturity, and you're looking at things from a like making some of your decisions more from an emotive position. Even if you are, you vibe really hard with air energy, you don't feel like you're very emotional. We all still have all of these different entities, right? So I'm a more emotional person, but I still have intellect. I still have my mind, and I can still make decisions from my mind space, and I still have my intuition and still have my emotions. So all of us have these three decision-making energies, and we need to tap into all of them when we're making our decisions, because they all have a unique voice and perspective to add to the situation. So that's kind of that. So let's get into the answers to your questions. So love. The answer to your yes or no love question today, Gemini, is a yes. Yes, straight up, no chaser. The answer to your yes or no marriage question or partnership question is a no, perhaps when things clear up. The answer to your happiness question is a no. Only say yes to select opportunities. The answer to your career question is a no, another commitment. The answer to your wealth question, yes or no question, is a yes, permission granted. Why do you need someone else's permission? And the answer to your success question is a yes, absolutely. All right, so these are kind of the messages that floated through as we were answering all of the questions. If you are, so we said yes to love, but we said no to partnership or marriage or commitment, committed, bonded situation. I feel like someone's too busy. That was the message that I was getting. One, if you came here asking a question around love, the message I'm getting is that you or the other person are like too busy to actually make this a legit thing, to put in the time, energy, excuse me, and resources into this partnership to make it legit, if that makes any sense. As far as the happiness question goes, I feel like happiness will, I feel like you'll cultivate happiness when you are more selective about the things you agree to. That's the message that I'm getting there with that. So I feel like this question, though it is kind of a no, if we were looking black and white, right? If we're looking black and white, yes or no, straight up, it's a no. But I feel like if you're asking a question or if you're connecting with energy that is, you really thought it through, you analyzed it, you're looking at it from an emotive, mental, and intuitive perspective, and it's something that you would truly enjoy doing, then I feel like it is a yes. I feel like this card is just like getting you to pause and be like, hold on. Are you being selective about this? Or are you just saying yes to anything and everything? Are you just saying yes to things right now because you have time? Are you just saying yes? I feel like it's just wanting you to think a little bit more about the answer, about the things you agree to do, and that you're being selective, and that your happiness, you will have time to do things that you enjoy when you are selective, and you'll enjoy the energy, the things, the food that are on your plate when your food isn't piled on with stuff, okay, if that makes any sense. With the career, I just feel like the focus is somewhere else. It's just not on career right now. And then, wealth and success, wealth, success, and love are our focus really for the month, because we have affirmatives in those 3 areas. So I feel like, again, love can be many different things. It can be romantic, it can be self-love, it can be friendships, familiar relationships, etc. So think love in a broad term, but we're focusing on love, we're focusing on wealth and legacy building and success in our life. I feel like this is also saying focusing on things that you love, because love can talk about that too, like focusing on things that you love, like less about career, less about income and all of these kind of like businessy things, and more so focused on, okay, what is it that you really love doing? What is it that you could do and just lose track of time? And when you were done with it, you were like, what? I spent 5 hours doing that? I didn't even feel it. And I want to spend 5 more hours doing it. Like, what makes you excited to work on that doesn't feel like work to you? I feel like answering that question is going to then lead to wealth and success. I feel like whatever that thing is going to lead you to wealth and success. So, my beautiful Geminis, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe if we're not already connected here. And I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your yes or no reading. While I shuffle out your kind of focal energy or guiding energy for this reading, do determine which of the 6 areas is going to have the answer to your yes or no question. Or maybe you're picking a couple of different answers and you're going to triangulate the message. So what is our kind of energy guiding perspective for Cancer? All right, so we have the Queen of Swords for you, Cancer. So with the Queen of Swords here, you know, it's a water-air combination. It's a discerning, truth-forward, assertive, divine feminine energy, like a divine feminine masculine blend. It's kind of an interesting combination. But the Queen of Swords is my card of discernment, that you know the truth from all aspects, like from an emotional, intuitive, and a logical perspective, because Queen energy is water naturally, Sword energy is air naturally. So we're blending those energies together, and you are a truth-seeking missile, you are a decision-making beast, okay, with that position. Mature, no BS. Our Queen of Swords will cut you down to the quick, okay? So I feel like, maybe, Cancer is water if you've been a little too nice or forgiving, or maybe you see the red flags or the truth in people or situations, and you're kind of just, you don't want to hurt people's feelings or step on toes or whatever. Buck that, okay? Queen of Swords says buck that. The truth is the truth, and we are leaning into that right now. Whether that be about someone else, something else, yourself, a situation, etc., okay? All right, so the answer to your yes or no love question, Cancer, is a yes. Willingly, only what you're willing to do there for the love. And remember, we're broadening our mind on what love could be. We're broadening our mind on what marriage really talks about, partnership of any kind. So the answer to that partnership question is a yes, indubitably. What's the answer to your yes or no happiness question? It's possible. I knew that was coming. I knew there was going to be a maybe. I felt it. All right, so let's get a clarifier for you, Cancer, for that happiness. Okay, what would make a yes? What would make it a yes? Eight of Pentacles. All right. So what I'm getting here is that it's a yes if it's something that you enjoy working on, you enjoy doing. I feel like it's a yes related to things, tangible things, something that you're doing, something that you are making tangible even. So turning an idea, translating an idea or a feeling or whatever into something tangible. I feel like that's a yes. Something that's gonna makes you happy. So whenever I look at the Eight of Pentacles, this person is just working away and low-key enjoying themselves. Like, this is kind of fun. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm putting in the effort and the work. So that's kind of how I feel about that. It's like, it's work, yes, but you don't feel it because you're enjoying it. And I feel like that's very much on par with happiness. So I feel like things related to career, business, and even like hobbies where you're doing physical things, tangible manifestations of ideas or etc. So that's what I'm vibing for that. The answer to your career question is a no. Too many things on your plate. The answer to your wealth question, yes or no, for Cancer is a no. Doesn't sound like the right fit. I got some interesting messages on that. Like, if you're being offered some get rich quick thing or some wealth building workshop, I don't know, these are random. Wealth building workshop or some opportunity where someone's promising you wealth or money, something of that nature. I'm getting like, doesn't sound right. So I feel like it's also like using your powers of discernment, using your emotional intelligence, and like, if it doesn't sound right, it probably isn't. Even if it's not a scam, if it doesn't feel right or sound right, that could just mean that it's not the right fit for you. So either way, doesn't fit, it's not right for you, okay? And then the answer to your yes or no success question is a yes, by all means. So I feel like this is saying that your success lives in saying yes to opportunities where you are willing to put your all into, where you are really passionate about them and you're willing to just put all of your resources, your time, effort, energy into these things. Those are the things that are going to fruit. And I feel like that's connected to the love thing. Love being, what do you love to do? That Eight of Pentacles energy as well. What do you love to do? What makes you happy? What's along your path and purpose? What's in alignment with your skills? Or what skills do you need to develop in order to do that thing that you love, right? So again, your focus is on love, partnership, success, and I feel like happiness as well as it pertains to the tangible spaces. But I feel like there's just a really strong message around, both of these cards, love and the success answers, have the word willingness in it. So I feel like Cancer, there's just a strong message around being discerning and truthful about yourself when it comes to opportunities and only saying yes to the things that you are truly passionate about, that you're willing to put your energy and effort into, things that are in alignment with your path and purpose, etc. So my beautiful souls, these are the messages I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like and subscribe if we're not already connected, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Leo, and welcome to your yes or no reading. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle out a guiding energy for you from our tarot. And as I do that, determine which of the 6 groups that your question most aligns with. Keeping in mind that we're broadening the topic. So love isn't necessarily romantic. It's broader than that. It's, it could be romance, friendship, self-love, the love of doing something. And then marriage is really about partnership of any kind. So it could be business, any sort of collaboration. It could be romantic. It could be, a lot of different areas. But those bonded, deep partnerships and connections. So broaden your thoughts around these topics. You know, career also covers business, self-employed, you know, things like that. So yeah, determine which of your groups and we'll get your energy. All right, so we have the moon for you, Leo. You know, Leo's fire. So you have kind of watery energy is the perspective that we're coming to. So I feel like, you know, if your sun is in Leo, I feel like there's a message around paying attention to your moon sign or your moon energy, your inward places and spaces. But I feel like it's also about balancing out our inner spaces and our outer spaces, our tame spaces and our kind of feral rooted sort of you know, more base animalistic energies. So we have the wolf and the dog. So the dog is more like domesticated, right? The side of us that faces toward the you know, the world at large, the side of us that, you know, is understands the you know, the what's appropriate and what's not. And then there's that other side to us, right? That kind of base, wild sort of energy as well. So I feel like there's going to be messages around kind of balancing those things, or making sure that we're respecting both and all of the sides that of ourselves as well. So let's get some answers to your yes or no questions. So the answer to your love yes or no question is a no. Buckle down on priorities right now. The answer to your partnership question is a maybe. Let's get a clarifier for you. What would make this partnership a yes? So we have the Seven of Swords. All right, Seven of Swords. What would make it a yes? Seven of Swords. If you trust this person, if you trust this partnership, I would say be wary if you think this person is a liar, sneaky, tricksy, if they're the type of person that's manipulative, if you feel like you're being manipulated, or they're holding back on information, not being completely transparent, I feel like run for the hills on that one. But yeah, I feel like it's saying yes to partnerships and agreements where it's clear who they are, where they're coming from, and that they have your best interest at heart. So the answer to your happiness question is a yes, this is fine. Is there better use of your time? The answer to your career question, yes or no career question, is a no. You have something else. The answer to your wealth question is a yes, indubitably. If it's clear, certain, and unquestionable, then go for it. And the answer to your success question is a no, not now. Timing is everything. Happiness and wealth seem to be the focus here for you. I feel like this is saying that your success lies in timing. Making sure you're being strategic about the timing of things, and that you're not trying to force something that isn't going to work quite yet. It's almost like allowing your harvest to ripen before you pick it, right? There's a season to plant, there's a season to harvest, and you don't want to be premature. I'm getting that message there. I feel like as far as the happiness thing goes, like carving out time for yourself is a message that I'm getting. Carving out time to be happy, and do things that make you happy. I feel like if you're in a partnership, making sure that you're also respecting your individuality, right? So the moon we were talking about, when we talked about the moon, we talked about respecting all of the different sides to ourselves, more specifically the, you know, the outward facing side where we, you know, that face that we show the world, the energy that we express to the world, which is legitimate and a part of ourselves. And that doesn't mean we're being fake. It is a part of us. But also respecting and acknowledging kind of that shadow energy, that those base and other desires that we do have that we don't always respect. And I feel like this is specifically talking about in partnerships. So if you're here asking a question around partnerships, making sure that whatever this partnership is and the energy around it is fair to both parties, making sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, making sure that there's honesty and openness in the partnership as well, and making sure that you're carving out time to be an individual and to do things that you want to do as well. If you're the type of person who needs your me time, make sure that you are taking that time and making sure that your partner is respecting that. And if they're not, you know, make sure you're setting a boundary or goodbye, like, you know, see ya, because it's not gonna last if it's not sustainable. And so sustainability to me comes from having those honest conversations about what you need, what they need. Okay, where do we fill in for each other, and where do we maybe need to go somewhere else to get that fulfillment? You don't have to get all of your stuff from your partner. You shouldn't get all of your stuff from your partner, specifically talking about romantic partnerships. And they shouldn't be getting all of their stuff from you. You know, you're their partner, and that is the connection. That's the crossover. And maybe there are some other things that cross over, but that's the primary focus of the relationship. And when you start leaning into somebody to be your everything, or them or you being their everything, that to me is where things start to fall apart. We're meant to have a plethora of things in our lives, fulfilling various different parts of ourselves and enriching us and giving us different points of view and perspectives. So that's my 2 cents on that. Felt like I was meandering, but Leo, these are the answers to your yes or no questions, and your focus again is on happiness and wealth planning, you know, managing your money, managing your resources. I feel like as well goes along with that wealth sector. So thank you so much for your time, your beautiful energy. Drop a comment down below, click like and subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your yes or no reading. While I shuffle out your kind of guiding energy or perspective for the reading today, you can determine which of the 6 areas is most connected to your question, keeping in mind broader ideas and thoughts for the topic. So love isn't just romance, it's love, you know, love for doing something, self-love, partnership and romance, partnership and friendship, familiar relationships, etc. So love in all of its ways, shapes, and forms. Marriage is really a partnership. Your energy blended with other energies, specifically like one other energy. So it could be romantic, it could be a friendship, it could be a business situation or collaboration of that nature. So expanding your mind a little bit on some of the topic areas. So the guiding energy for you is a Page of Wands, Virgo. I love that for you, actually. I feel like it's encouraging more of an adventurous, optimistic, youthful, and adventurous energy. All right, so the answer to your love question, Virgo, is a no. Perhaps when things clear up. That card keeps coming out like every reading. The answer to your partnership question is a yes. Very well. If this is sensible and advisable, then it's an affirmative. The The answer to your happiness question, Virgo, is a no. You have something else. The answer to your career question is a yes, naturally. Are you trying to make this fit? Or does it flow into your purpose and direction? The answer to your wealth question is a no. Too many things on your plate. And the answer to your success question is a no. Unable to dedicate the time needed. So partnership and career are the focus for you right now. Maybe you're going on some sort of adventure, connected to, I say adventure, but venture, some sort of partnership or business venture or collaboration. Seems to be the focus for you right now, Virgo. Connected to business, connected to career, your job, and other areas that you are trying to put work into that are going to bring you stability and monetary success. You could be starting a new job, I'm getting, with this page energy, or a new business venture. Maybe you're starting a new business, or maybe you're starting a new job or a new career. Maybe you are embarking on like going to school or something of that nature, or maybe you're coming out of school and you're starting kind of the next phase in your career evolution. But it feels like you're kind of starting something new is what I'm getting, particularly in partnership or career. I also look at partnerships as like, when we're talking about career, I'm thinking like, even if you get, like when you get a job, if you get a job somewhere, some company, you are partnering with that company. You know, you might not think of it that way, but that's kind of how I'm seeing it. Because you're coming into an agreement with them. I will do this, I will perform these tasks for this compensation, potentially for a period of time, or maybe it's, whenever either you or them terminate the agreement, etc. But I look at that as partnerships as well. I consider that as partnerships. So yeah, for some of you, maybe it's a new job, a new career. Maybe you're going to school or coming out of school. Something of that nature is what I feel like the focus really is right now. I feel like your wealth will be more prominent in your life when your plate isn't overwhelmed with things. So, I almost feel like it's like when you go to a buffet, when we ever had buffets, and if we ever will have buffets again. But you often fill up your plate and it's overflowing, and then the different flavors and the juices and stuff blend together, and so everything kind of tastes like the same. But when you are kind of a little bit more conservative, I guess, with what you put on your plate, you give the items space, you go, you eat, maybe you come back, get another plate, and you put a small amount of some other things, and you're kind of just tasting things. It's kind of what I'm getting here, is that, I feel like we overwhelm ourselves with a whole bunch of stuff to do. We just pack our lives full. And I feel like wealth, happiness, and success will come when we're a little bit more conservative with what we're putting on our plate, and we're just, we're being selective about what we're putting on our plate. We're tasting things, figuring out if we even like it before we heap it on, you know what I mean? So I don't know why that analogy came, could be because I'm a foodie. That happens, that's life, I'm fine with it. So yeah, Virgo, these are the messages I've channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. Drop a comment down below if something resonated. Click like and subscribe if we're not already connected, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Libra, and welcome to your yes or no reading. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle out a guiding card for you, a guiding energetic card. While I do that, you can determine which of the 6 areas your question best fits into. Maybe it's a combination of areas. but you're just kind of meditating on that. So the guiding energy for Libra is the Nine of Cups, okay? I feel like the Nine of Cups, I feel like this for you, Libra, is saying, you know what? We're making decisions from a place of emotional confidence. We're making decisions from a place of like individual, like that it feels right for you as an individual. Okay? And that there's fairness and balance in it for you. We're doing things and we're putting energy into things that we're confident about, that we know are in alignment. So when I look at this image, I see that the individual is in alignment, you know, sitting up straight, centered, that sort of things. Feels very balanced and harmonious to me. Okay, so the answer to your yes or no love question, Libra, is a no, another commitment. The answer to your partnership question, again, these are broad topics, so marriage really is talking about partnership of really any kind. It doesn't have to be romantic. There's a yes there, fair enough. Is someone being cheated? You, a loved one? The answer to your happiness, yes or no, is a no. Can't fit another thing in. The answer to your career question is a maybe. It's possible. Shuffle out a, what would make this a yes? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So what I see there for the Wheel of Fortune is that if you know, the Wheel of Fortune really talks about starting a new cycle. And it also talks about luck. It talks about typically it talks about positive luck, right? Good luck, good fortune. But we also know that that wheel spins and it lands, and some things are good, some things are challenges. And you know, life is all about balance, which Libra, you're very aware of because you're constantly trying to strive for that. But I feel like the career question is a yes if it's about starting a new cycle, if it's in alignment with your path and purpose, if it's connected to your true north, if it's going to bring you financial success and wellness. Okay. So moving on to our wealth yes or no question. The answer to your yes or no wealth question is a yes, undoubtedly. Is there any uncertainty? If so, why? Is the uncertainty in your head or your heart? And then adding on to that, if you determine it's in your head, is it legit? You know, is it legit? If it's in your heart, is it legitimate? Does it have merit? Or is it just like a fear? Is it just something inside of you that's you're kind of making up the energy? Or is it legitimate concerns? You know, is it fear or is it concerns? You know what I'm saying? So the answer to your success question is a no today. You do not have all the time in the world. Is this worth a precious finite resource? The precious finite resource of time. So what I'm really seeing here is that your success is going to come to you when you respect your time, when you learn how to manage your time properly, when you learn how to say yes to opportunities that are worth your time, things that are in alignment with your path and purpose, things that are, just respecting your time as you would your purse, right? Respecting your time like you would your money. Then success will come to you that way when you start getting into the habit of doing that. So our focus here for you is partnership, wealth, and career. It's kind of what I'm feeling. But specifically partnership and wealth. And I'm feeling like that some sort of partnership, whether it be business, romantic, collaborative, etc., is going to increase your wealth prospects. It could even be like a partnership with somebody who's going to like educate you or help you understand the tools for building wealth. So someone who's going to maybe educate you on, like, say, real estate investment, or, you know, investing in the stock market, or whatever it is, right? Could be many different things, many different places for us to put our wealth or to grow our wealth. So I feel like that's okay. So yeah, sorry, I got distracted for that. Anyway, Libra, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this is helpful. Drop a comment down below if something resonates, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye bye. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your yes or no reading. Gonna go ahead and shuffle out a guiding energy for you today. While I do that, determine which of these 6 areas laid out here best connect or relate to your question. And again, we're broadening our perspective on what these areas encompass. Sorry about that. So love is not just romantic love, it's self-love, it's things that we love, people we love, things we love to do, etc., etc. Marriage is really talking about partnership, so our connection to other people or entities. And then, of course, your definition of happiness, your definition of success and wealth and career, expanding to like business and other sorts of things that are connected to building, you know, or making monetary gains so that we can move into wealth and stuff. So our guiding energy for you Scorpios is 7 of Wands. Okay. Feels a little bit defensive, on guard. Let's just keep moving here. Okay, so the answer to your yes or no love question. Give these a good shuffle. It's a no, another commitment. The answer to your partnership question is a yes without fail. Are you neglecting something important? The message I got right away on that is, if you're entering into a partnership, like, are you neglecting something important? Like, are you missing information? Like, that was the first thing that came to mind here. Of course, it could be, are you neglecting, like, for example, you know, a romantic situation, right? You know, you start spending all your time and energy and thoughts and stuff on this other person, and you're not doing the best you can at work. You're not being a good parent or a good sister or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're kind of just letting everything else slip, and you're being completely consumed by this partnership. So whether that be a romantic thing, or maybe it's a job or something, whatever it is, right? So it's just making sure that your other responsibilities aren't slipping if you are agreeing to enter into a partnership with someone or something, okay? So the answer to your yes or no happiness question is a no, not really your thing. Every opportunity is not a fruitful endeavor. So I feel like your happiness lives in being selective about the things that you agree to do, and making sure that it's something you actually legitimately want to do and that is going to make you happy. The answer to your career yes or no question is a yes, totally. Are you looking at the entire situation? And then the answer to your wealth yes or no is a no. You don't have all the time in the world. Is it worth this finite resource? And then the answer to your success question is a no. Ask me in a year. The message that I got with the success is really just encouraging you to give something time. So if for example, if you're starting a partnership, or you're starting a job, or you're starting a school, a major, right? I feel like this is just saying that success lives in you being patient and like giving this thing some time to marinate, to cook, giving it some time for you to learn what it is and acclimate. Because sometimes when we're in the process of like acclimating to the situation, we get, we're stressed out because it's something new and we're trying to learn it and we're trying to figure it out. But when we give it time and we kind of figure out what it is and we get into kind of a flow, our perspective on whatever it is might change a little bit. And I actually had a recent situation like this happen at work. I started working at a new company. I'm still in theory doing the same or very similar thing as I did before, but it's a new company. They have a completely different way of doing things, and their processes are different, and some of the leadership just have their own specific particulars that they on how they like to run things. So it's me learning how to acclimate to all of those different entities and energies, and before I kind of decide whether or not I am enjoying what I am doing and enjoying this new opportunity. So I know it's really frustrating, it's really irritating, especially if you're moving from something you were really comfortable with into something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone, or just maybe even the point of view or perspective that you're just moving into like a new company. Maybe you're doing the same exact thing, but you're moving into a new company with new people, and there's just kind of that anxiety and those question marks. And so I feel like it's giving yourself time to navigate through and being patient with yourself and your environment, and just kind of letting things play out. All right, so your focus is on partnership and career. And again, partnership, when we're broadening that out, it could be talking about, like I mentioned this in another group, but I feel like partnership has to do with, I would consider like my employer-employee relationship is a partnership. It's really just talking about agreements. When we're looking at this marriage card here, it's about you and someone or something else being in an agreement on what is happening. And it could be for a specific period of time, or it could be, no ending necessarily. But, when you think of it like a job situation where you're working for a company, it's really talking about you agreeing to perform a specific services for this organization or company or whatever, and they're agreeing to compensate you with benefits and money and all that kind of stuff, right? So I would consider that being a partnership. So I'm just trying to give you an example on how to broaden that topic, because I feel like it feels very pointed, but it's not. It's meant to be more broad. So yeah, I'm really just getting the message here, especially with the Seven of Wands, that maybe you're in a situation right now where you're a little uncertain about the outcome. You're maybe caught off guard with some things. Maybe there's some things in your current situation that you weren't expecting. And I feel like, again, there's a message around being patient and kind of giving it time, and, making your decision in 6 months or a year or something like that, like giving it time to marinate, giving yourself time to adjust and adapt, and then determining, okay, I don't like this, or maybe I want to tweak this or move this around or switch this. I would also say, like, keeping track of the positive things, the things that you like, and maybe the challenging things. Like, for example, say, this new job, I really like the flexibility of if I go into the office. I like the flexibility of when I can work on my items. I like the design focus of this company, and then listing off some things that are challenges, like the fact that the standards really aren't up to date, or people don't follow them, or whatever. Looking at the pros and cons of something and being a little less reactive. So I see the Seven of Wands as like reactive, right? So if we look at the imagery, this person's caught off guard. They got 2 different shoes on. They're defensive, like a defensive position. So I feel like bringing things back from a reactive, defensive, kind of hot, fiery position, which, Scorpio, you are ruled by Mars in ancient astrology. You are the divine feminine side to Mars. So there is that fire, that intensity about you, even though you are water. I always feel like Scorpio energy is like liquid fire. Liquid fire has always been my vibe with Scorpio. So I know you can be a little hot sometimes. You can come in a little hot, a little intense. But I feel like there's a message around kind of cooling that down, bringing it back to a perspective where you're not reacting, but that you are making decisions and coming from a more paced and level-headed, level emotional position. So these are the messages, Scorpio, that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, drop a comment down below. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your yes or no reading. I always feel like a little bit of a exhale when I get to you for some reason. I know you're not the last sign, but I don't know. We're on the last third, so we're good. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm going to shuffle out kind of a guiding energy for you today. Like, how are we looking for things? Where's Sagittarius at right now? While I do that, you can determine which of the 6 areas your question best fits into, and maybe it's a combination of areas, right? So maybe you're looking at love and wealth, or you're looking at career and happiness, or something like that, and you're going to triangulate the messages from those couple of areas, or maybe it's just one. So thinking about these areas from a broader perspective, defining them yourself. So like happiness, success, wealth, those are kind of defined by you. What do those things mean to you? And does your question fit into those areas? Thinking about marriage more from the perspective of like partnership. Any sort of energy where your energy and another energy is collaborating or coming to some sort of agreement. And then love in all its ways, shapes, and forms. So not just romance, but also talking about, the love of things. So the love of doing something, the love of something, someone, romantic, platonic, familial, self-love, etc. So lots of different angles, I guess, to come with all these topics. So be a little bit more broad and open-minded when you're thinking about that and determining which of the topics your question best fits into. So your guiding energy today, Sagittarius, is the Knight of Pentacles. So that hard work, that diligence, that effort, it's an air-earth combination. So there's something very dry and consistent and stable and energy. So night energy is air, Pentacles is earth, so it's an air-earth blend. Our focus is definitely on the tangible world, and definitely talks about bringing messages about what is going to make us successful. Okay, messages on where our success comes from. It comes from that diligence, that effort, that hard work, that stability, that like tried and true and continuing on until you reach your goal, like sort of energy is what I'm getting there. Slow, patience, especially might be difficult for you, Sagittarius, that the patient element to Pentacles energy might be a challenge for you. But there is also longevity and sustainability with doing things in that manner, okay? All right, so let's talk about love. So the answer to your yes or no love question is a no. Can't fit another thing in. The answer to your partnership question is a no. You have something else. The answer to your happiness question is a no. Not now. Timing is everything. The answer to your whoa. And let's shuffle. Okay, the answer to your career yes or no question is yes. Very well. If this is sensible and advisable, then it is an affirmative. Answer to your wealth yes or no question is a no. We're buckling down on priorities right now. And the answer to your success yes or no is a not this time. Okay, so it feels as if we got a lot of no man energy in this reading. But you know what? I feel like this is really, to me, like looking at it as a spread, it feels like it's more pointed and more focused. So I feel like your focus is on career, which makes a lot of sense with the Knight of Pentacles energy there. That we're really focusing our energy on our career. We're focusing energy on business, on earning money, on putting in the work and the effort and the energy into developing our career, taking responsibility. We are, I feel like there, especially if you've been feeling kind of scattered is what I'm getting, or like you haven't had a lot of focus in your life. So, Sagittarius with the bow and arrow, can be very focused, but you're also fire energy. And, I also feel like, shooting a whole bunch of arrows, right? So there is, I feel like there's just a call for you to be focused on one thing at a time. So this particular reading is saying career, but maybe you're vibing a focus on some other area. Follow your intuition, whatever makes the most sense to you, of course, always. But I feel like, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, that we're focused on our career. Do you really know what you want to do? Have you gotten the education, if you needed education to do whatever it is, the training or whatever, to do that? Are you, did you have a job? Are you placed in something that is in alignment with that? If it's a business thing, did you write your business plan? And do you have, these different strategies and stuff down? Or maybe there's some more research that you need to do. But I feel like we're focused on how we're going to earn our living in this life. And of course, there could be many things, but I feel like we're focused on one thing at a time if there are many things on your plate. And so I just feel like there's a strong message for you, Sagittarius, around career. And getting in alignment there feels like the now task. Feels like what we need to do now, right now. I feel like the other areas in life will fall into place. We're not adding any sort of partnership or love ships into our lives right now. Again, we're very singularly focused right now for Sagittarius. So these are the messages, Saggy, that I have channeled for you. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below. Click like, subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your yes or no reading. While I shuffle out your kind of guiding energy today with a tarot, please do determine which of the 6 areas here has the answer to your yes or no question, broadening your definitions of these areas. So love in all its ways, shapes, and forms. When you're looking at marriage, you're really thinking about partnership, any sort of situation where your energy is blending with another energy in a form of an agreement. So you can think of like an employer. An employee-employer relationship, I would say, is a partnership, okay? Because it's an agreement. I will perform this task for you and you will compensate me this much, right? So, all right. So our guiding energy today, okay, well, I have cards flipping all over the place, Capricorn. My guiding energy for you is the King of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. All right, Capricorn. Well, you're vibing in your own... You're sitting on your own throne here. Part of me feels a couple of things. So I feel like this is almost like your future self giving you guidance. It's what I'm getting here, especially if you feel like you're on your journey. I feel like this is also kind of a, you know, sometimes when we're climbing the mountain, we're like, oh, you know, we get disheartened partway up, especially when we're going through the fog and we can't see the top. And I feel like this is really just Spirit saying you're going to make it. Like, this is going to be you again, your future self. That was the energy that I felt. This is going to be you. It's your future self. You're sitting in a good place. You're holding the vision of your prosperity and abundance in your tangible world. You know, this very mature, divine masculine, fire earth combination. You're driven. You've accomplished all the things that you want to accomplish. You've made it. And these are the lessons that I want to share with you now, okay? So that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, that is what I'm vibing for that position. So let's go ahead and get some answers to these areas. So the answer to your love, yes or no question, Capricorn, is a no. Only say yes to select opportunities. Does this, meaning whatever question you came here asking, does that meet the requirements of a select opportunity? And again, that is a question that you are going to have to answer. So again, I feel like this, it is a no if we're looking black and white, but I feel like it's really just getting you to pause and analyze. So if this is a select opportunity, and it meets your requirements for what a select opportunity is, then it's okay to say yes to it. But you're being asked to kind of pause on that. Pause and think a little bit. Analyze. All right, your partnership, yes or no, is a not this time. Okay, your happiness, yes or no, is a yes, totally. Are you looking at the entire situation? Your career, yes or no, is a yes, undoubtedly. Is there any uncertainty? If so, why? Is the uncertainty in your head or your heart? And then taking it a step further and saying, is it a legitimate hesitation or uncertainty? Is it legitimate? Does it have merit? All right, so the answer to your wealth, yes or no question, Capricorn, is no. You do not have all the time in the world. Is this worth such a precious finite resource? I think it's really interesting that this card is coming up in wealth, because I feel like there's a message around, like, if you've been a little too patient when it comes to planning for your future and wealth building and legacy building. So if you've been a little too lenient there, maybe you've been spending a little too much or being a little bit more risky with your finances, I feel like this is like a wake-up call moment for you and an encouragement for you to be mindful that time is finite, that eventually there will be a time where you need your resources available to you. So making sure that you're not being too patient to the point of procrastination, but that you're being, you know, mindful of that future position, which, you know, as an earth sign, typically you guys are pretty good at managing your resources and your money and stuff like that. But I feel like, especially if you're a sun sign or ascending sign or North Node is in Capricorn, these are lessons that you are learning through this lifetime. So you're not coming into this life already being awesome at managing your money and your resources, but this is something you're learning. If your moon or your 7th house or South Node is in Capricorn, then you probably are already entering into this existence with these skills. So just kind of keeping that in mind as well. That might have went a little too deep specific, but that's the truth of it. So for example, for me, my 7th house, my descending sign is in Capricorn. I have no earth placements in my birth chart. So if you are missing an element in your birth chart, typically that means that you already have the lessons connected to that element down pat. you know. And I've always been good at managing my money. It's very true from a young age. So that's kind of what that means. So, for example, I'm missing Earth, so like hard work and, you know, dedication, stability, knowing what I need to survive and doing those things that need to be done, being consistent and, you know, persistent with something, being consistent in something. Like, I pretty much have those energies down already, and I've had them down since a young age. And that's just another way of using astrology to kind of determine some of the areas for you to work on. Now, I have a tremendous amount of water in my chart. So I guess in my past life, I was not very emotionally savvy. So those are the lessons that I'm learning now in this lifetime. Okay, so let's get to success. I meandered a little bit, but I had to share that message with you. The answer to your success, yes or no, is a no. Too many things on your plate. So I feel like this is saying your success will come from you being specific and select, right? I feel like we have 3 messages around being selective about being mindful and being selective about what you take on, what you agree to, what you put your energy into. Because again, with that King of Pentacles, I feel like the King of Pentacles is the type of individual who really sticks through something. He always feels like a specialist to me. That's not to say it'll manifest in that way for every person, but he feels like a specialist. Like he has something that he completely dominated over his life, and people just give him money for that thing that he's dominated, he's specialized in. Whereas I feel like maybe the King of Swords might be a little bit more broad, because the sword energy, air energy, is more open and fluid and broad and big and expansive. Not necessarily the case. I know I'm kind of making this up, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling. I'm almost feeling like you're going, like maybe that's just for you, for this reading, whoever's watching this, that you might be a specialist, the type of person who you find one thing and you just really charge ahead with it. And depending on what that one thing is, you could really, you know, make a name, make a voice, make a splash. And it could be something that's still expansive and big, even though it's pointed, if that makes any sense. There's many things that you could do with that one thing, is what I'm kind of feeling here. Anyway, I feel like this idea of being mindful of what you're taking on is really prominent here. So I feel like your focus here is on happiness and career. So being happy in your career, being doing something career-wise that you enjoy, that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, seems to be the focus here, which makes a lot of sense because we do have that King of Pentacles. We have that focus on career and enjoying what you do. I feel like the King of Pentacles, he looks very pleased, very happy. I feel like with the outcome, yes, but I could also see him really enjoying the process. All right, Capricorn, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful. If something resonated, do drop a comment down below and let me know. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your yes or no reading. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle out some guiding energy for you. While we do that, please do determine which of the 6 groups has your message in it, has the answer to your question. Thinking broader about the topics. So marriage is, think of it more like partnership. So your energy and anyone else's energy, or anything's energy, combining together in some sort of agreement. And then love, in all its ways, shapes, and forms. So not necessarily romantic love, but self-love, familial love, platonic love, the love of something, the love of doing something, etc. And then defining this happiness and success and wealth. What does that mean to you? and then picking a category or categories that you want to triangulate in order to get the answer to your yes or no question. All right, so the guiding energy for Aquarius is strength. Courage, strength, inwardly strong, connection to source. Leo energy could be connected or present here. Taming, balance is what I'm getting. Karma is what I'm getting. All right, so let's get some answers for you. The answer to your love, yes or no question, Aquarius, is a yes, undoubtedly. Is there any uncertainty? If so, why? And is the uncertainty in your head or your heart? Determine its validity. The answer to your partnership question is a yes, no problem. Are you going out of your way? Are other parts of your life going to suffer? The answer to your happiness question is a no, not really your thing. Every opportunity is not a fruitful endeavor. The answer to your career yes or no question is a no, too many things on your plate. The answer to your wealth yes or no question, Aquarius, is a no, unable to dedicate the time needed. And the answer to your success question, Aquarius, is a no. Not now. Timing is everything. All right. So, your focus is on love and partnership or collaboration. For some reason, I'm vibing with romantic love, romantic partnership for you, Aquarius, and I feel like this might be your focus because it's not, you know, Aquarius is air, fixed air energy. Aquarius, again, as an individual energy, which we know as people, we are not just one energy. Even though we might favor certain energies, we are still a combination of all of the elements, all of the energies. But I feel like for some of you, I'm really getting a message around like romantic love, romantic partnership, and commitment. And maybe this is a difficult thing for you. This might take courage. This might take, you know, require you to dig a little bit deeper inside of yourself in order to really make this into something that's going to be fruitful for you. Yeah, I'm really feeling like there's a focus there on love. So if the romantic love isn't connecting with you, I feel like then there's a message around the love of something. So finding something that you love to do, finding something, and it might be a little bit out of your comfort zone is what I'm getting for some of you, that it might take that strength, that courage, that leap of faith in order to dig into whatever this thing is. It's been on your heart. I'm getting it's been on your heart, it's been on your mind. And I feel like it's been there for a while and you kind of just ignored it, or you shrug it off, or you wave it off and like, nope, that's not for me because I'm not creative, or I'm not artsy, or I'm not etc. And so I feel like whatever this thing is going to be a little bit outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to reach for it. I'm also getting the message that you're going to you might need to develop some sort of skills in order to be able to complete it. But I feel like it's going to be really fruitful and really beautiful, and it's going to be an adventure. It's kind of what I'm getting. And whatever that thing is might require, have some sort of collaborative element to it, where you're working with others, or some sort of collaboration within yourself. So for some of you, I was getting that this is like a partnership between like your head and your heart, your soul and your purpose, intent, heart, all of these things like inside of you, partnering and collaborating in order to make this thing that you love come to fruition, if that made any sense at all. So there are various different ways to interpret this. I hope this message was helpful for you, Aquarius. These are, you know, the messages I've channeled. So I hope this resonated. If something did, drop a comment down below. Click like and subscribe. And I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your yes or no reading. We're going to go ahead and shuffle out a guiding energy for you today, Pisces. So, let's see. The answer to your yes or no question. No, we are not answering your yes or no questions yet. We are shuffling out a guiding energy for you. I apologize. I got a little bit distracted there for a second, but I am back on board with you. All right, so we have the Five of Swords. Potentially some sort of conflict. Whenever I see the Five of Swords, it always reminds me of, like, you think you're winning, but you're losing, especially when you're being petty. It feels like a very, I don't know, this is just me, but it feels like kind of a petty card. Like, either you're being petty or maybe a situation or another individual is being petty, but it's like you're trying to win rather than, like, actually trying to resolve. And it's not always the same thing. It's definitely not always the same thing. Some sort of mental duress or distress too. Some sort of mental conflict, inner conflict is also what I'm getting. Like, it could be like inside of you, like your head trying to win over your heart, your head trying to win over your intuition, your emotions trying to trump your logic, you know, that sort of thing, where like maybe inside it's a little tumultuous and you kind of have that competition thing going on as far as decision making. So let's look at your love. The answer to your yes or no love question is a maybe. Of course, it has to be a maybe. So we're going to get a clarifier. What would make this a yes? What would make this a yes? Oh, wow. Okay. So it's a yes if it's emotionally fulfilling. If it's like, you know, the Ten of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. So we're saying yes to things that are going to be emotionally fulfilling to us in that love space. And again, love doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be. Doesn't have to be. It could be emotionally fulfilling, talking about your friendships, talking about you doing things that you love, self-love, that sort of deal. So lots of different things. So the answer to your partnership question is a yes. This is fine. Is there a better use of your time? Making sure that you're saying yes to partnerships that are specific, that you understand completely what you're expected to do and give and what they're expected to do and give, and making sure that there is harmony there and that it's not just... I'm also getting like that maybe you were offered some sort of partnership, but you know it's not. You know it's not really what you want, and you're kind of settling. So whenever I see the word fine, like whenever I see this affirmative answer, that the fine one, it always makes me think like you're settling. You're like, this is fine. You know, it's not great. It's not really what I want, but it's fine. It'll do. It's okay. You know, it'll work. And I just have a message like, don't waste your time on things that are fine. Don't waste your time on things that are okay. Because especially like in the love space and partnership space, because if you're, you know, partnering with someone or something that is just fine, and it depends on the situation, right? So if it's a partnership like a job or something, yeah, you need a job to pay your bills, I get it. But when it's something like romantic partnership, if it's something like, you know, friendships or networks or whatever, you're kind of wasting that space, right? So the real deal can't come in if that space is already taken. You know, if you're in a fine, okay partnership with another person and your real deal fulfillment comes in, that place is taken. You know, you can't take advantage of that, the real deal, if that spot is taken, if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so the answer to your yes or no happiness question is a yes. This is totally The answer to your career yes or no question is a no, another commitment, which I feel like is that partnership, happiness, success is kind of what is coming. A love is kind of what's coming through there, but let's get in a yes or no for your wealth. So it's a no, not really your thing. Every opportunity is not a fruitful endeavor. And then for the success yes or no question is a yes. This is why not. To me, this is basically talking about, like, why can't you? It feels like it's more of a push for you to be more aggressive / assertive with your goals and what you're capable of and what you expect from yourself. Like, why can't you be successful? Why can't that thing that's going to make you successful be yours? You know what I mean? Worthiness, different things like that. Yeah, so I feel like your focus, Pisces, for the week or month or whatever, however long this is applicable, is in the space of partnerships, happiness, and success, and specifically being very pointed and being very scrutinizing about the type of partnerships that you get into, because Pisces, you're that mutable water, you're very empathetic, you don't like to hurt people's feelings, you're very emotionally connected with individuals, and I feel like you want to make sure that you're doing things that are also sound and good for yourself as well, and you're not just taking other people's energy into consideration, but that you're also taking your own energy into consideration. You're not settling, but you're being discerning, and I just feel like shooting for emotional fulfillment feels very it's almost like your point of reference when as you're making these decisions. Be like, is that in alignment with this vision that I have of being fulfilled, of completion, of emotional fulfillment? Do I enjoy that? Do I want that? Does that make me happy? Is this partnership going to work for me as well? Am I getting something out of this? Is this beneficial? Is this going to help me grow? Is this going to help me do whatever? Does this make me feel emotionally secure? Is this whatever, right? Whatever it is that you need. But in making sure that the connections, the collaborations, and partnerships feel like a huge deal. Because I feel like Pisces, the undoing of Pisces is often in their partnerships, whether it be friends, family, romantic, whatever. Because you're so emotive, you have to make sure that the energy around you is positive, is high vibration, or you're going to absorb that negativity, right? You're going to absorb that low vibration. So you want to make sure that the energies around you are high vibration. More so, I would say, than some other signs that are less affected by that. Yeah. So Pisces, these are the messages I've channeled for you. I hope this was helpful. Drop a comment down below. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye-bye.